Right, so you're going to come down to your mat. We're going to get you into relaxation first. So we come down, just looking to get your feet and knees hip width apart. And we can come down, we'll just get the pelvis into neutral. So the focus today, or the focus with this workout, is to really try and open this chest up and really try and strengthen the mid-back. So what I'm first of all going to get you to do is bring the arms down by the side. Take that breath in through the nose, trying to get the breath into the base of the ribs at the back. And in doing so, trying to expand the ribs into the mat. So it's a nice big in-breath into the base of the ribs. And as you exhale, you can empty the lungs. Inhale. We're just trying to stretch out the rib cage. We're trying to fill the lungs. I definitely want you to think about neutral. Definitely want you to think about your midline and your powerhouse engaging. Now on the next one, raise the arms up above your chest. Try to open up the collarbones, and on the in-breath, we're going to take one arm down to the hip, left arm down, right arm back towards the wall behind us, but I'm keeping my rib cage closed. You're going to exhale to return back above the chest. Inhale, reach. Exhale, return. Inhale, reach. Exhale, return. I want you to really focus on that openness across the collarbones. And we'll just even up the sets. Left arm back, right arm forward. Then we're going to come back to center. So from here, definitely working on that ribcage closure. Inhale into the base of the ribs at the back as you take the arms to the wall behind you. As far as you can go without your ribs flaring. Exhale to return. Inhale, reach. Exhale to return. Now, you don't have to go too crazy with this. This is just to warm the body up. So then towards the end of the workout, the latter part of the workout, we're going to really get into those mid-back extensors and work them a little bit harder. Now, you're going to raise the arms above the chest, let the palms look at each other, little softness in the elbows. Now you can either keep your fingers long, or you can actually hold on as if you're, kind of relax the fingers if you prefer, as if you're holding on to something. Now on the in-breath, you're just going to open the chest. On the out-breath, you draw the hands back together. So inhale, open. Make the movement come from the shoulder girdle, from the shoulder joint, not from your elbow. You set your elbow and wrist up. It's just a gentle, use that inhale. Expand the ribs, expand the shoulder blades. Really open up the collarbones. And then back to center. Bring the arms down by the side. Just take a moment, open the collarbones again. A little press down with the triceps. Take a little look over your right shoulder. Keeping your left shoulder still, back to center. Take a little look over the left shoulder, back to center, and then we're just going to get the body warmed up. So we're going to bring your feet off the mat, a little press of your hands into the thighs just to get you in your powerhouse. Bring the arms down by the sides. We're going to go into your 100. You're going to curl up to the base of your shoulder blades. You're going to keep the length in the powerhouse. We're going to stretch the legs out to your working height for today. You're going to breathe in for 5. And you're going to breathe out for 5. And inhale. And exhale. And we keep pushing the sit bones away. Getting right up underneath the rib cage. Taking the breath into the base of the ribs at the back. Now we want to stay. Or we want to curl up to the base of the shoulder blades. Now if we can keep the base of the shoulder blades on the mat, we can actually try to bring the chest up a little bit higher. And in doing so, open up the collarbones more. And reach through to the fingertips. Still reaching through to the inner thighs, into the heels. And as I say, you take your legs to the height that works for you. If it gets too much, you just bring the knees in, bring your head down. So you don't have to do the full 100. We're going to do one more set of 10. Going to hold. Draw the knees in. Give the knees a little hug. And then I'm going to keep hold of the knees or hands behind the thighs, little rock up. Get yourself centered on the mat. Now, we're going to go into your roll-up. So we're set up nice and tall. Arms out in front, shoulders down. You're going to roll forward to begin with. And then you're going to pull back with the powerhouse, point with the feet, push the pelvis to the feet, take the arms back to the wall behind you, raise the arms up, lift up and stretch. And just gradually, just let it flow. We're warming the body up. We're in the powerhouse. We're lifting up and over. And you're going to stretch out. Reach through sit bones to heels. Raise the arms, lift up, shoulders wide. Let's just do one more. When you come up on this last one, dynamically reach forward over the thighs, but then you can grab the feet and give yourself a little assisted stretch. And then I'm just going to slide forward on the mat a little bit. We're going to go into your run like a bull. So we're going to do your little prep though, a little pre-prep to get into the ribcage closure. So bring your heels as close to your sit bones as you feel comfortable. Bring your hands onto the knees, lift up in your powerhouse, close the ribs, open the chest. Bring one hand forward and then the other. Use the in-breath to try and lift you out of your powerhouse even more. Sit bones down, ribs up. Then I want you to look down at the heels, one hand behind the head, then the other. You can see your elbows in your peripheral vision and keep them there. Start to lengthen your powerhouse, close the ribs, open the chest, do the little press of the head into the hands, and just feel yourself have to engage ribs to powerhouse. Mid-back might start working, chest is going to open. Just a couple of breaths there. And with each in-breath, you try to get a little bit more length. Then bring the hands back in front of you about eye level. Bring the hands then to your shins. Bring one foot up and then the other. Initially look at the wall in front of you. Just rock to your tipping point and then back to balance control. Tipping point, balance control. Look down at the heels. You may try and draw the knees in deeper. The whole of the in-breath is going to take you onto your shoulders. So I'm going to inhale. Exhale to return balance control. Inhale and exhale. And the idea is each one of these is going to get smoother. So by the time you're on number 6, that's going to be like your best rolling like a ball. And we lift. And then we're up to balance control. Now, if you need to reposition on the mat, you can do. I'm going to choose to stay here. You're going to bring your left hand to right knee, extend out your left leg into your single leg stretch. Now just take a moment, set up your neutral, set up your powerhouse and then change. So we're just opening up the hips a little bit, warming up the body. And we just change and change. Bringing the shin in nice and parallel to the floor. And last one on the left. Now, double leg stretch. You're challenging this rib cage closure. I'm not really worried about the legs today. Legs go out 45, take the arms back, but keep the ribs closed. Circle the arms around, pull the knees in. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Reach and around and in. Draw into the inner thighs and around and in. One more. Lengthen, challenge that powerhouse, challenge those ribs, circle around, pull the knees in, and then going to rock up to sitting. Now, we're going to go, legs just a little bit wider than the mat, wider than the hips, arms out in front, lift up in the powerhouse, and then we're just going to do that little spine stretch forward from there. And then inhale to come up. Exhale up and over. Inhale to come up. Just 2 more like this. Use the whole of that out breath to reach you up and over. Last one. Then we come up. I just want you to then grab hold of the feet. Give yourself a little extra stretch. Now, we're going to come up from that. Just going to spin around. We're going to lie down on your tummy. Let's get rid of that to the side. Now, You're going to set your arms up. So I would go legs hip width apart. If you don't mind them together, that's fine, but at least hip width apart. Get your thumbs somewhere lined up with your nose or your chin, wherever feels comfortable. I want you to start off with a sense of pushing your sit bones away. Hug your midline. Your challenge is, to begin with, you're still looking at the mat. How high can you lift your chest, top of your chest, to the base of the sternum, without you changing the length or shape through your powerhouse? So it's inhale to lift, exhale to come down. So at the moment, the way I'm looking at it is I'm keeping my neck long, I'm keeping my powerhouse long, and exhale to come down. Just one more like this. Inhale to come up. Now, you might have to adjust your arms, just see how you go. You're going to lengthen out your arms, lift your powerhouse into your swan position, and then stretch out on the way down. Inhale, lift the chest, lift the powerhouse, lengthen the arms, open the hips, and down. Just one more. Inhale, up. Now with this one, we're going to stay here. And you're going to look over your right shoulder, down to your chest, over your left shoulder, back to center. Over the left shoulder, down to the chest, over the right shoulder, back to center. Now stretch it out on the way down. Now, just do a quick little rest position. Just a little counter stretch. And then, what I'm going to do is take you into your dart. So we're still working on that extension. You're going to bring the arms down by the side. I would start with your legs down on the mat, lift up into that mid-back extension, raise the arms just off the mat, see if you can lift your chest higher, and you're allowed to then lift your head up as long as you don't change your powerhouse or your mid-back, and then you come back down. So I lift the top of the chest, then I can start to lift the head, maintain that sense of length, lift the arms if you want to, you can lift your legs, but I'm still trying to keep the powerhouse long. I exhale to come down. 2 more. Inhale. Big lift. And exhale. 1 more. Nice big lift, powerhouse, ribs closed. Lengthen out. Even get a little connection into the triceps, reaching through to the fingertips. And then we come down from there. Again, just a little sit back onto the heels. Little stretch out. Now, we're going to do a little pre-stretch. So we're going to come back down. Now, I would go, we'll do the left leg first. So I'd go, use the right hand to put your forehead on. Then you can grab hold of your left foot and bring your legs together. Now, you've got the mat to help you out, so you shouldn't take it into your lower back. I'm hugging the midline, reaching the knee away, pulling the heel to the sit bone. Now, if I want to take that further, I can try and lift the knee off and feel like I can push the foot into the hand. And if I do get a better stretch, you can pull the heel back in towards your sit bone. But you don't want it to go in your lower back. If it's going in your lower back, you've lost your neutral position. Bring the knee down, extend the leg out. Change to the other side. So I'm now using the left hand. I've got hold of the right foot. Going to push the knee away. Just going to pull the heel to sit bone. Then I'm going to release. Now I'm going to try and lift the knee. Push the foot into the hand a little bit. Hug that midline like crazy. Reach the tailbone. And then start to pull that heel potentially in towards the sit bone, if that feels better for you. And then release down from there. Now, just to take that a little bit dynamic, we won't do too many of these. Propped up on the elbows into your single leg kicks. So I'll close the ribs, I've lifted the chest, and then I'm going to go. Right heel, squeeze it in, hug that midline, open that chest, and then lower. Left heel, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Both knees are just off the mat. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. To the left. Just one more. Lift that chest. Still pressing in with the forearms. And last one on the left. And then definitely into your rest position. A little sit back. And then, just to finish off, you're going to then come back up to sitting. Just hook the mic back up. Now, just going to do a couple of little exercises to finish off with. So, I'm going to have the legs together. Little softness in the knee. Still thinking mid-back, still thinking rib cage. You're going to bring your hands to the shoulders. You're going to flex your feet or point the toes. It doesn't matter which. I'm just going with flexed. Now you're going to reach out to eye level. You're going to tap the carriage as such. You're going to close the ribs. You're going to raise the arms. There's the challenge. You've got to stay lifted. Got to stay lengthened. Circle around, bring the hands back to the shoulders. Just two more. Reach, tap, challenge. Close the ribs, close the ribs. Keep the collarbones open. Breathing into the base of the ribs at the back. And one more. Eye level, tap, lift. So this is your rowing. One of your rowing exercises off the reformer. And then I want you to just give the legs a little shake out. Open the legs hip width apart. Bring the hands behind the head this time. And we're just going to do the back end of neck pull. So close the ribs. On the out breath, you're going to come up and over. Still pushing through the inside of the heels. Crown the head down towards the knees. Inhale, restack. Close the ribs, press the head into the hands. Two more. Exhale, up and over. Crown the head down in between the knees. Inhale, restack, close the ribs, open up. Still got my elbows in my peripheral vision. Last one. See how far you can go. The reason that we've tried to open the knees, or we've opened the knees, is that in a wonderful world, we'd love to get the head down in between the knees. Inhale, restack, hold for a second. And then bring your hands forward, grab hold of your feet, give the body a little shake out. And then you can release from there. Give your legs a little shake out. So on that little workout, that's you nicely cooked. Well done. So that should have warmed you up, and that will have really nicely worked the mid-back area. If you want to finish the workout with a little roll down, more than welcome to. Just come up to stand and do a little roll down and touch the floor. Otherwise, that is you nicely cooked. Good work.